Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin and treat this as, I suppose, an overview of the entire market. So it's fair to say that Bitcoin dominance is continuing to fall, which is good for altcoins, alright? It's good for altcoins. Doesn't necessarily mean that the market in general is going to go up though. What I'm looking at now is, I would consider to be a pretty serious situation that could play out any minute. Now, obviously this is my interpretation and this is, I suppose, my strategy, but I'm personally not really feeling the bullish momentum continue at the moment. And as I said on my live stream yesterday, we go into detail on my Patreon account about why the reasons why I think the consolidation will continue. And if the consolidation does continue, especially after a parabolic run like this, we had a big dump a couple of days ago, and I think this might be just the beginning. I think there could be another big dump that even dumps below this pitchfork tool. And so I'm not saying that this is going to happen today, but or if it's going to happen at all, but the way I'm choosing to view this right now is that there is going to be a downtrend continue, more than what we've already seen. So at the moment there is a range that we're playing within, and it's basically from the last wick, or from the bottom of this pitchfork zone here, to, I suppose, what could potentially be 36,000. But that range is still a bearish range. So long as we're within this pitchfork, we're going to be bearish. We're going to continue to be bearish. This could be a downtrend that takes place over a period of months, if not weeks, but possibly months. And people who haven't yet seen how how Bitcoin can react, it can be pretty nasty in these downtrends. This was, I suppose, a little taster for those who haven't seen it already, but that really isn't a great deal. I've seen much bigger than that. So let's put things into context, okay? From March, which I suppose isn't really fair, but we'll measure it from March to just recently, 1,000%. Right? Not bad. But during that period, what has really happened? We had a decent pullback here. We've had a decent pullback here. We've had a decent pullback here. But this isn't a pullback anymore. As you can see, the dips aren't being bought. The bounces are taking place, but the dips aren't being bought. So that would suggest to me that a downtrend is now definitely in play. We're beneath the center of this Bollinger Band, which means that we're more likely to continue down than not. It doesn't always have to be the case, because obviously price action goes above and below the Bollinger Bands all the time. But the rule is the odds are in the favor of the side that you're within. And at the moment we're at the bottom side. Plus, this is just going horizontal now, so it's not bullish anymore as far as the moving average is concerned. The other thing that concerns me as well is I like to play the Ichimoku cloud, which is a really strong indicator for a continuation of a trend, and that you can see my tutorials on Patreon, and I talk about it a lot. But basically, we had a conversion baseline cross saying that we're going to be bullish from here. All right, so bullish momentum continued from there, and the only way that we'll know if the trend ends is if this Chiku span hits the price action, which would likely happen in about a week, or we have an opposing cross. Conversion baseline cross takes place around here. Now, it's not happened yet, and it's slowing down because the price action has pumped a little bit today. But if we do get that cross, it would be a nail in the coffin. It would say basically the uptrend is definitely finished for now, and we're going to be in a downtrend until further notice. So I'm not trying to ruin the party. I'm just letting you know my take on this situation right now, and it's not going to be very popular. I appreciate that, and it's based basically on technical indicators that have well, I mean, some of them have already kicked in, but they've not all kicked in. It's not that's not that Ichimoku conversion baseline cross hasn't yet happened, but I do believe it will happen. We're struggling at the moment to maintain this 4-hourly 200 exponential moving average, which is again extremely bad. If we go beneath that, it dictates a bull trend in itself. As you can see, when we're above it, we're happy. When we're below it, we're unhappy. When we reclaim it, we're happy. And for the first time in quite a while now, we've tested below it, and we've not really responded very well for it. So there's been a bounce, but the phrase is even a dead cat will bounce. This could be a dead cat bounce. we're still, like I say, clearly moving downwards, and we're about to get confirmation of the end of a trend. So that doesn't mean that that's the end of the bull market. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the Bitcoin cycle. It means that it's the end of this, which has had a very good run, a 10x basically from its lows to its highs. And this indicator doesn't get you in at the bottom, nor does it get you out at the top, but it gets you in a nice portion of the price action, which is what it will have done. So if we were to measure where it got us in at, where was that Ichimoku conversion baseline cross? It was around about here, I believe. It's the price has been so ridiculous. It was around about here. So 250, and then if this cross takes place tomorrow or the day after, and the price is potentially down here, I suppose that's it's nothing to be sniffed at, is it? But it's not the 10x. The 10x has been made for a lot of people, who were smart enough to buy the absolute fear. And I suppose the way I'm choosing to view this is that I'm looking to sell at least a large portion of my crypto assets at the moment. Not all of it, just to hedge in the event that it doesn't collapse, but a large portion of nonetheless, in the event that this downtrend does continue. And I'll wait for a signal to suggest otherwise. So again, I might be completely wrong. It's Sunday, who knows what's going to happen. The Dixie might drop tomorrow and this will all pump straight back up again, and if that's the case, then I'll get myself back into some positions, but only if I feel like the risk to reward demands that kind of a move. So again, I'm not here to ruin the party. I'm here to warn you that it's getting a little bit late. Maybe it's time to call a taxi. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Join my Patreon, join my Telegram chat, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.